Hello guys, if you want to prepare AG-900 exam, so that would be help that are questions, right? So, we have 15 questions, right? So ये क्वेश्चन आपको हेल्प कर सकते हैं एक्चुअल एग्जाम में. ये एक प्रैक्टिस असेसमेंट एग्जाम है. सो सेम क्वेश्चन माइट बी आपको एग्जाम में आ सकते हैं, राइट? सो आपको सिर्फ एड्रेस करना है ओनली करेक्ट आंसर पर, राइट? सो ओके, लेट्स स्टार्ट. Then these two factor as your cost correct answer presents complete solution, right? So just I'm checking which one might be two factor indication. Shows checking. Yes. So these are two options. Correct answer. Okay. Sourceability and resource limitations. By this Azure function, Azure size operation and okay. Delegation application resource mean that you load to different region or different resource. So answer would be correct to resource usage and resource location. Next question. These two scenario are common billing use cases for resource tag. Each correct answer parents a complete solution to standard billing. So let's billing categorize department. Adjacent virtual machine. Let's check. Sorry for that. So that two option correct, first and second. So A and B, right? Categorize cost department and associate cost department environment, right? So that are actual. So you can use tag categorize such as human resource, making finance department and virtual resource good saving investment. Right? We're going to next question. You have an Azure virtual machine that is accessed by between 900 and 9 and 7 each day. What should minimize cost, preserve and associate hard disk data? Right? Delegate virtual machine, delete virtual machine, research virtual machine, implement virtual machine. So which one option is correct? I'm not sure, but I try delegate machine, right? And check answer. Yeah, that correct. Delocated virtual machine is the correct answer. Sir, if you have virtual machine work with that are used during certain period, but you run them every hour of every day, right? Then you are wasting money. Virtual machine unconverted delocated when not used in start back and when required saving cost for virtual machine. So that is the sorry. So that is the fact of the answer. Why is correct? Okay. And third one. Then I'm going to next and next. Your organization plan to deploy several production virtual machine. So the solution is that will have consistent resource users throughout this year. What can you use to minimize the cost of the virtual machine without reducing the functionality of the virtual machine, right? So server machine, which option is correct? Monitor allowed reserve cost spending limit sorry storage and monitor had be spending limits. Let's check. No, Azure reservation, that is correct answer. So that option is correct. This is the answer. Azure reservation, right? Azure reservation offered discounted price certain and Azure reservation can have save up to 72% compare pay as you go to price and receive discount. You can reserve service and resource by paying advance. Spending limits can suspend and subscribe when the spending limit reached, right? So that is the B option is the correct. And going to next, what can be applied to a resource to prevent accidental deletion, right? Accidental deletion, what can be applied to resource lock or resource tag policy or job reservation. So I'm not sure which one, but maybe resource locker. Just go printed resource. So that is correct answer. Resource lock. A resource lock prevents resource being accidental delete. Change resource tag. Offer the custom grouping of resource policy. Enforce different rule across all resource configured so that configure instant complaint with the corporate and standard and initiate is way of grouping related policy together, right? So that's answer first is the correct answer, right? Next, you need to identify which Azure service or complaint with ISO 2700 information security management standard. Where should you go to locate the information? So which option should be correct? Right, Microsoft Trust Center, Microsoft Privacy Statement, the data protection add-on of Microsoft Online Service term. So Microsoft solution, Trust Center component. Might be. I'm checking which option is the correct. Oh, right. Oh, Microsoft Trust Center is the correct answer. The Trust Center showcased my principle for maintaining data integrate in the cloud and how Microsoft implement and support security, privacy, compliance, and transparency in all Microsoft Cloud production service. Right. So that are the correct options. Okay, and going to next. You need to ensure that multi-factor authentication MFA is enabled on account with right permission in Azure subscription. What should you implement? Multiple resource tag, cloud adoption framework, resource log, Azure policy, permission subscription. Which one? Azure policies, right permission. Might be, but it might be resource. Just checking which one. All right, Azure policy is the correct answer. So option D is the correct answer. Azure policy service in Azure enable you to create, sign, and manage policy that control or edit source. Right. So that option is the correct D, Azure policy. So go ahead. Next question. What allow to orchestrate the deployment of resource template, Azure policy assignments, and resource group, right? So I'm checking which options are Azure blueprint, Azure function, Azure app service, Azure cognitive. So template assessment resource might be Azure blueprint, might be, but I'm checking. Check the answer. Oh, that correct answer, Azure Blueprint. Azure Blueprint simplified large-scale Azure deployment by packing key environment artifacts such as Azure Resource Managed ARM template, role basis access control RBAC, and policy single blueprint defined. You can easily apply the blueprint new subscription and environments. So that is the fact fact of the correct answer, right? And I'm going to next question without delay any time. What can use restrict the deployment of virtual machine to a specific location? So which option should be correct? Azure AD resource locks, Azure policy and resource scope. Which options? Machine might be thinking restriction deploy virtual specific location. Oh, Azure ready. Azure ready. So I'm checking. Oh my god, this Azure policy is the correct answer. Miss. So this is Azure policy is the correct answer, right? So these are below fact why this is correct answer. Azure policy can help to create policy rights for allows reason which enable you restrict the deployment of virtual machine to a specific location, right? So that is the correct fact. Azure policy. So that's why answer is the correct. C option Azure policy is the correct answer, right? So I'm going to next question. What can you use to ensure that deployment team can only create virtual machine of a certain size? Right? Which one? Azure Beacon to cloud to what can you use ensure different so certain sites cloud adoption conditional access policy condition. No, 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 no. Checking just to oh Azure policy is the correct answer. Azure policy Azure so that these are below fact. Azure policy enable to define both enable policy and group or related policy called initiative Azure policy. Evaluate your resource, highlighted resource that are not compliant with the policy you created. Azure policy can also prevent non-compliant resource from being created. So that is the fact of the correct answer, right? Azure policy. So I'm going to next question. Which management layer accept requests from Azure Tool API and enable you to create, update and delete resource in an Azure account, right? So which option correct? Azure Tool API and create, update, delete. So this Azure resource ARM. Let's check. Oh, that's correct answer. ARM is the correct answer. What is the fact? So below here is the fact. Why this is the correct answer? ARM is the deployment and management service for Azure. IT provides management layer that enable you to create, update, and delete resource in Azure account. Right. So that is a fact. So I'm going to next question. Wish to accessible via Azure Cloud Shell and allow you to write base script to manage an Azure environment. With two options. So I need two options: Cloud Shell, might be Azure PowerShell and Azure CLI. So I think that is the correct answer. Okay, let's check the answer. Oh, that is correct answer. Azure CLI is executable program with which Azure can execute command in a base that called the Azure REST API. Azure Cloud Shell also support Azure and PowerShell executable program. So that is a fact below. Oh, answer of the correct right options. I'm going to next question. What should you use to access Azure Cloud Shell? Right, which option? Azure. Which option? Azure web browser, Microsoft Studio Code, command line, Azure browser, web browser might be the correct answer. So I'm checking. Oh, that is correct answer. Web browser, you can access Azure Cloud Shell. So that is the fact. Azure Cloud Shell interactive browser, accessible shell for managing Azure resource. Right. I'm going to next question without delay. And what can used manage server cross cloud platform and on-premise environments? What can you use to manage? Manage cross platform on-premise, PowerShell, and CLI manage server cross. PowerShell, yes, PowerShell manage. Just checking which option is correct. Oh, no. Azure Arc. So why this is the correct answer? Azure Arc. Azure Arc simplify governance and management by delivering and consistently multiple cloud and on-premise management platform. Right? So that is the correct answer. Azure Arc option A. And so going to next answer. You need to create custom solutions that use threshold to trigger auto scaling functionality to scale an app up down to meet user demands. And what should you include in solution? Right. So which option is the correct? Solution download to scaling functionality 8 demanding which option service sites more advisory demand automated auto scaling functionality might be issues which one inside application inside network. Let's check. Oh, Azure Manager. So that is the correct answer. Why? Azure Manager is platform that collect metric and logging data such as CPU percentage. The data can be used to trigger scaling. So C option is the correct answer. So that is the below fact. Why this correct answer? Right. I'm going to next question. What can you use to get notification about outage in specific Azure region? Azure region. Get notification outage Microsoft Advisory Service Health. Yes, this Microsoft Advisory. Unconfused which option D, uh, D and A. So I'm choosing Microsoft Service Health. But Microsoft Azure is yes, that is the option. Microsoft Azure Service Health. So service health notification you of Azure related service issues such as reason wide down service, right? So that is the correct option when and down the service from Microsoft maintenance, right? Anything you can get the the fact, right? Azure service the correct answer notification. I'm going to next question. What can you use find information what plan maintenance Azure service that are critical to your organization? Which option plan maintenance for Azure service plan maintenance? Yes, we can hear that, but Azure advisory might be Azure advisory is advisory. Azure service has the correct answer and can drill down. That is a fact below. Who correct answer service details so how an event will affect you and what you must do most of this event occur without any impact to you and will not be shown in rare case that reboot is required. Service have allowed to choose when to correct their maintenance, minimize downtime, right? So that's the fact of the correct answer. When downtime the service of Microsoft, so you can get the notification from Azure Service Health, right? So I'm going to next question. Which two attribute or characteristics of the private cloud deployment model? Each correct answer and present complete solution. Which option to attribute? I'm finding cloud deployment, private cloud deployment. Organization only free use hardware must purchase and the company complete it control physical resource and security. Application can be provision and provision quickly. Organization only pay for what they use. Might be that correct answer. Physically resource, private cloud, complete control application. I think there is cloud, so I think there is checking next. Oh my god, so that both are incorrect. So above first and second option the correct answer. Hardware must be purchased and the company has complete control over physical resource here, so that is the correct answer. And below here the facts why this is the correct answer. The private cloud hardware purchase, starter maintenance and private, so that good. Private organization control resource and security quick provision is characteristic of the public cloud deployment model, paying only for what is used characteristic of the public cloud deployments model, right guys? So that is the correct answer. I'm going to next question. What are two basic service provided by all cloud providers? Is correct answer and presents a complete solution, right? What are two service providers? Which two service providers? First storage, so might be storage, compute to basic cloud computing, application development. Might be check. I'm checking. So that's good. That are correct answer. All cloud providers provide compute and storage service. Collect is when business rent space and shared physically data center application development sorry, is the responsibility of the customer and typically done either in house or through third party, right? So that is the correct answer. So that is the fact below you can see. Next, next question. What is the advantage of the cloud computing compared on-premise deployments? Right. So what is the advantage? क्या advantage हो सकते हैं? You can scale more quickly. You own your CPU. You have full access in case of internet outage. You can work multiple workstations. So which option you have full of internet outage? ये भी हो सकता है. Your own CPU quickly. You can scale more quickly. You can scale more quickly. You can scale. No. Yes, I think that is the correct answer. But I'm checking. Yes, that is correct. You can scale more quickly option, right? Cloud computing all you. So that is below facts. You can see here. Cloud computing allow you to more quickly on your own CPU and having full access in the event of an internet outage. Not feature of cloud computing. Cloud computing working from multiple workstations is not specific to cloud computing compared to an on-premise deployment. Right? So that is a fact. I'm going to go ahead next question. Which cloud deployment model are using? If you have server physically located at your organization on-site data center and you migrate a few of the server to clouds. So, which option is correct? Private, public, hybrid clouds. The own data center micro. Physically local data center micro server. So, might be hybrid cloud server. You might get few server cloud. But I'm checking. Yes, that is correct answer. Hybrid. A hybrid cloud is computing environment combine a public cloud and private cloud by allowing data and application to be shared between, right, that hybrid cloud. I'm going to next question. Increase computing capacity for an app by adding RM, RAM, sorry, or CPU virtual machines is called answer choice. What is the options? Vertical scaling, horizontal scaling, disaster recovery, high availabilities. So I'm going to high availabilities. Machines called increase computing horizontal disaster. I'm checking. That's might be. Check the answer. Which one? Oh my god. Vertical scaling is the correct answer, right? But this is a below fact. Why this is the correct answer? You scale vertical in increased computing capability by adding RM, CPU or virtual machine scaling. Horizontal increase computing capacity, adding instance of resource such as adding virtual machine to configuration, disaster recovery, keep data and other assets safe in event disaster, high availability, minimize downtime. Right? I'm checking. Going to next. What is the high availability in the public cloud environment depend on? Which one? What is the high availability public cloud deployment service SLA choose and vertical splitting, cloud based backup, retention limits, capacity expenditure. Cloud in public environment depend on high availability. Vertical scalability might be. Oh no, that is correct answer. The first, yes, this service level agreements SLA that you choose. Why there's the fact below. Different service, different have different SLA. That is correct, right? So sometimes different tier same service will offer different SLA, which can increase decrease promised availability. So okay, so that is correct answer is the first SLA. Go ahead, next question. In cloud computing allow you to deploy application to regional data center around the world. So which option is the correct? High availability, disaster recovery, geolocation and elastic. Okay, which in cloud computing elasticity might be that is the correct options, but I'm checking. Oh my god, why? Geolocation is the correct answer. That is the fact below. You can deploy apps, data, regional and data center around the global, thereby ensure that your customer always have the best performance in their region is the refer to as geo distribution, right? So geolocation is the correct answer. Go ahead, next question. Which cloud service model provides you the most control over the hardware run applications? Right, cloud computer cloud most control hardware, infrastructure, platform as service, software as service. Infrastructure, virtual machine, cloud service must control hardware run applications, not the platform. But maybe checking infrastructure and platform. I'm confused both are option. Let's check it. Oh, that is the infrastructure is the correct option. Yeah, right. IaaS is the most flexible category of the cloud service. It's aimed to give the complete control over the hardware that run application. User do not control operating system and do not configure the underlying service in PaaS. With SaaS, you are using as in software hosted in cloud instead of creating a platform to host hardware host software yourself, right? So that is the fact below the correct options of the correct option, right? So answer is the first, infrastructure as a service. And go ahead, next questions. In platform service, the model to component responsibility of the cloud service provider is correct also. Correct. Platform operating system. Yes, physical, not physical. Oh, two options. Physically network, user access information. Physically network. Might be. But let's check which option. Oh, that is correct. Which physical network and operating system is correct answer. And this is a fact below. Oh, why this is correct? In the past, platform provider responsible for the operating system, physical data center, host, and physical network in customer responsibility identities. Right. So that is below fact. And go ahead to next question without any delay. Which two type of cloud service model typically licensed through a mostly or annually subscription, right? So which option is the platform annually license? Annual subscription, right? Platform service might be platform service. I'm checking. I'm not sure. So no, that is the software is the correct answer. So these are license related annually subscription. Software, yes, software centrally hosted, managed for you and your users. Customer uses one version of the application used all customer and it licensed through monthly annually subscription platform and infrastructure service uses a combination of based model. So you only pay for what you use, right? So that is the C option is the correct. I am going to next question without any delay. This cloud service model is used by Microsoft Office 365 cloud service infrastructure and upstream software is service. So I think that is correct. No, that is perfect. Is correct answer. I'm sure checking those. Yes, that's the correct answer. Software service. All applications use Microsoft Office 365 allows user, that is fact below, to connect and use cloud-based app over the internet. Common is example or email, calendar, allow office tools such as Office 365. Right, so that is the correct answer. And going to go ahead next questions. Which cloud service model is used as your SQL database? SQL database platform service. Oh, I'm confused. Which one? Infrastructure. Let's check. Oh, that is platform. So platform as service is the correct answer. Okay, so that's below SQL database and platform database in right engine database engine and platform service. So go ahead next question. What use infrastructure as service cloud service model? Which of virtual machine, app service, Microsoft 365 personal database. Virtual machine is the infrastructure, app service is software platform, and this is software, right? And platform. So that is the correct answer. Virtual, yes, correct answer is virtual. So that is below facts. Right, virtual machine, customer responsible configure virtual machine, all operating system configure, and Azure service, Azure customer DB platform offering Microsoft Office 365 is a source offering, right? So going to next question without any. Which type of cloud service or virtual network, guys, which cloud service, virtual network platform might be infrastructure. Let's check which option is yes. Infrastructure is correct option. Cloud service virtual network, right? So that's is below facts. Reduce cost, complexity, maintenance, physical server and data center. Infrastructure virtual network are part of the infrastructure cloud service, right? I'm going to the next question without any delay. Is the logical this which option is correct? Logical content used combine and organization Azure resource group Azure Azure resource management group and Azure region. Which option might be that is B option is correct. Let's check which option is correct. Oh, a resource group is the logical container used combination organization. That is the correct option. Option A. Resource or combines into resource group which adds logical content into Azure resource like beef, web, database and storage account deployments. Right. So that is the correct answer. Option E. Go ahead. Next question. In regional pair region and paired with another region in the same ability zone, same resource group, might be some resource group, right? So let's check. Oh, geography is the same geography. So this is the fact why this is the correct answer. Each Azure region always pair another region within same geography. US, Europe. Yes, exactly. Asia lists 300 miles away. Oh my god. So that is the fact. Below options is the correct option. Option A, geography. Go ahead. Next question. What is an Azure storage account name as storage one? An example of that is one, right? So which option is the correct? So the a resource group, subsystem, resource manager. Which one resource? Azure storage. Subscription might be, so just checking. So no, one resource. A resource is manageable item is available through Azure. Virtual machine storage account with apps and database. Virtual network or example of the resource. So that is the fact of the correct answer. Option A. Okay. Go ahead. Next question. What can you use to execute code in serverless environments? Azure Large Apps, Azure Function, Azure Virtual Desktop, Azure Container. So which option is the correct? Might be Azure Function is the correct answer. So might be checking inside. Yes, that is correct answer. Azure Function. Azure Function allow to run code as service without having to manage the underlying platform or infrastructure. Azure Logic App as similar Azure Function but use predefined workflow instead of developing your own code, right? That is the correct answer. That is fact below option the correct. Next question. Which scenario is use case for a VPN gateway? So which option is the correct? Connecting on-premise data center, Azure Virtual Network Partition, Azure Virtual Network Address Space, communicating between Azure resource filtering outbound network traffic. VPN might be network address filter outbound network in the firewall. Virtual network scenario. That is correct. Might be checking. Oh no. connecting on-premise data center Azure virtual Azure Azure virtual network. Okay, so that is the definition. Azure. So I'm going. That is fact below. A VPN gateway tightly network Azure VPN gateway instance are deployed and dedicated nets virtual network you can use to connect on-premise data center virtual network through site-to-site VPN networks. So that is below. Next option. You need to allow resource on two different virtual network communicating with each other. What should you configure? You need to allow resource. Okay. Which option is the correct virtual network communicating? I'm not sure which one option was checking option, right? Oh, peer. So where peer is the correct options. Why that is a fact below. Oh, you can link virtual network together by virtual network peer. Peer enable resource in each virtual network communicates with each other, right? So that is a fact below option of the correct answer. Go ahead, next question. You can use to contact Azure resource such as Azure SQL database and Azure virtual network. Which option the correct? Express route, network security, Kubernetes peer service environment, SQL database, service endpoint agent. But I'm not sure which option. Just checking option. Oh, there is a yeah. Service endpoint is the correct answer. Service endpoint used expose Azure service to Azure network providing communicate between two Express Azure Connect on-premise network Azure NST allow you to configuration invent and out rule virtual networks machine will allow configure net virtual. So that is fact below option of correct answer. This is C option endpoint service endpoint, right? Go ahead, next question without any delay. Which two service can use to establish network connectivity between on-premise network and Azure resource? Each correct answer present a complete solution, right? And so which option is the correct? Express route, Azure VPN network, and firewall. Which one on-premise? Just let's check VPN network. So checking. Yes. Oh, so both I think need to check. Two option is the correct, sir. Two option I am forget. Okay. So that is fact below option A. Express route connection Azure Gateway 2 service you can use connect on-premise network Azure best person and big interface remotely interface and Azure virtual machine Azure virtual storage Wi-Fi service and protect virtual network, right? So that is the correct options. Just hold on, I'm getting the charger. So that is the okay, so that is the two options the correct. Go ahead, next question. Practices which bulb storage entire storage offline over lowest storage cost and highest cost to access data, right? So archive or pool might be archive. Let's check the answer. Oh, that is correct. Is the fact why this is correct answer storage bit offline and options. Highest cost rehydrate and store optimize and offers the competitors. Cool access and tolerance light and lower to require high durable drives. Latency throughput and clustering similar to cloud data. Right, so that is below fact answer. You can read. Go ahead. Next question. Without delay, which storage service fully managed offer fully managed file service cloud and service using server managed block SMB protocol? So which option is the correct? This maybe this storage. Let's check. Oh no, Azure Azure file is the correct answer. So that is below facts. File offer below will manage file share cloud with share Axeler server flow block and protocol, right? So that is correct answer. Check next answer. And two scenario common used Azure Ball and correct complete solution. Okay. Azure Ball storage. Which option storing data file backup storage website mountain file storage share to be extended virtual drive and multiple virtual machine server image documented directly to storage directly to browser. So just I'm checking, I'm not sure which option is correct. Two serverless, right? Oh my god. So service A and D option is the correct. Storage data backup and store and service manage document directly to. So right, that is the correct question. Go to next question. Azure Ball Bob storage service attire has highest storage cost, fastest and access times for reading and writing data. Volume storage might be highest code. Let's check. Oh no, there is a hot option. Hot, the correct option is A. Not know why this is a fact of the correct option apply storage and data. Cool access tire has slightly lower availability SLA, higher access cost compared to hot data, which are acceptable tire of lower and storage cost archive storage full online and lowest storage cost, but also highest cost rehydrate and etc. Right. Next question. Which two protocol are used to access Azure files and server is correct answer present a complete solution. Which option is the correct? First network file system. Let's check. Yeah, oh, that is two options: the server message block and network file system. So that is the two options. The correct below facts you can read. File storage cloud accessible by industry and SMB and NFS protocol. Go next question. And provide enable users and want the credential actual multiple resource can application from different provider, right? Single sign-on credential that be sign in one time single sign-on might be check is yes single sign-on that to. So that is below fact. The correct answer single sign-on enable user sign in one time, use credential, access multiple resource and application from different MFA process, whereby his user is promoted during the sign-in process for additional form of identification. Conditional access is tool that Azure AD used to allow deny access resource based identity signals. Azure AD support the restriction dates, right? So that is the correct option. Okay, and go ahead. Next question. Which type strategy use scenario mechanism to slow advancement of an attack that aim gain unauthorized access to data? defense in depth, disk release, distributing denied and metaverse. Which option? Just checking which option is the correct. Oh, def- defense in depth, that is the correct option, and below is the fact why it is the correct defensive strategy and mechanism below. You can read the option, guys, right? And the criteria. A DOS attack attempt and using. You can read. Okay. Go ahead. Next question without any delay. Azure feature you can use configure security authentication require users use their mobile phones to sign in, right? Which option? Microsoft Defender for Cloud, Microsoft Inter Verified ID, Azure Information Protection, AIP, multi-factor authentication. So which option is the correct? Security for multi-factor authentication is the correct option, right? You can see multi-factor concept, something more than one, only a password signing application. You can choose mobile phone, receive phone call, text code to get authentication. So that is fact or the correct answer, right? And the next question: which two service provided by Azure through AD is correct option presents complete authentication, data encryption, name resolution. So we say to service, so complete single sign-on, authentication, Azure. So just check that is correct answer. Okay, A and D. So that is below fact. Azure provides service verify identity and access application to resource SSO enable you remember single username password and access multiple application Azure AD. Next question: what Azure AD feature can used to ensure that user can only access Microsoft offline 365 application from provide client application, right? You can only 365 which option single sign on application provide client application. Only access single sign on. Let's see. So conditional access policy applied here, right? So that is the conditional access. So that is the correct answer. Conditional access of the question. The good correct answer. Conditional access below fact of right. So conditional access allow administrator to control, allow or deny access resource based on certain single. You can require access certain application and only allow if the user using a provided client's application MFA process whereby use prompted by during the sign process additional from example include core mobile phone finger for scan. So that is the correct option answer. Okay, go ahead. Next question: you can use that Azure authentication using multi-factor authentication when they attempt sign in from specific location, right? Multi-factor authentication, that's specific specific locations. Might be completion. I'm not sure. For location purpose, Azure role control base administrative unit. So might be administrative unit or single sign. Let's check. For conditional access or policy also applied here. So that is the correct answer. And below is the fact of the correct answer. Why this is correct? Conditional access can single sign determine information, authentication attempt determines where the block access required additional verification of such as MFA, right? So guys, that is the that is a 50 question out of So you can find the cat and answer correct answer all. Okay, so that would be help to the exam, and I hope you have qualified the exam AZ-900 Microsoft Azure Fundamental and Glow. So guys, please subscribe the channels and please subscribe the channel for the same. Okay, so thank you so much, and thank you guys.